All right, y'all. You already know what time it is. Cold Heat Podcast, episode 13. Got my man Fame in the building. Shout
Hey,
out. How you feeling tonight, my guy?
man, I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself, Brody?
I'm great. Yo, we got a lot of we have a lot to get to tonight and not a lot of time. So I
Yeah.
wanna get familiar with Cold Heat with people real quick. If y'all don't know, this is a wrestling podcast. We're going to talk about all facets of wrestling, WWE, AEW, ROH, NXT, New Japan, all that goofy ass shit. But boom, we just going to get straight into the shit. Episode 13, you already know how I go. They
Yes,
just had
sir.
Raw. How you feel about Raw on Netflix so far, yo? We 2 episodes in. Yeah, I mean,
Two episodes. Yeah, so far so good. I've enjoyed it. I mean, it ain't been too many like major changes to like notice anything. You know what? I take that back. The other one, I realized that it was like 2 hours and 30 something minutes. That confused me. I didn't know like because I thought it was supposed to go back to 3 hours. I don't remember if that's the case or not.
from what I heard, they don't have a set runtime, so they can
Right.
go
All
in
right.
whenever they want to.
Right. So that was interesting because I kept thinking that so I did something wrong or I kept trying to start it back over. Like it keeps saying I got 20 minutes left. Like what's going on?
Yeah.
But other than that, no, it was pretty cool. It didn't. It felt um, if like the time felt interesting because there was points of it where I kept feeling like it was going. It went by pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like like I felt like, but it didn't feel rushed either. If that makes any sense. Like it did to me, it didn't feel like the show was rushed. I felt like everything went along pretty well, but I felt like it also went by pretty fast. Like I kept looking at the time, like, oh damn, okay.
Okay, okay, okay. So you don't really fast forward through nothing too much?
Nah, nah,
All
nah.
right. Yo, a true fan.
Yeah,
So this show kicked off with CM Punk coming out for a promo. Seth Rollins does the interrupt. Drew McIntyre interrupts both of them. Basically they talk about entering the Royal Rumble and shit.
mm-hmm.
Um then Chad Gable does an open challenge. That's where we have the debut of Penta.
Penta.
How did you
Yeah,
feel about how did you feel about Penta's debut?
I thought it was pretty decent. I feel like he was definitely excited seeing those two botches.
Yeah.
Um, Oh, but I felt like that was just because the energy was turned up. I feel like, all right, I feel like it was a combination of the energy and also trying to tone himself down a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, I did see all of the conversations online after the fact, and a lot of people that have been watching him for a while felt like, oh my God, he's watered down. I'm like, it's the first match in, bro. Like,
First match.
let him cook. Like, you're not supposed to jump out there and just throw all your tricks out. Like give these people something, especially the people that they never seen you. Give them something to look forward to. You feel me? Like it was a great match for what it was. Chad is always amazing. Like Chad kind of can almost do no wrong on the low for me. Like he's such a he makes anybody he works with look good, even no matter what the circumstances is. So to be in a ring with a person that is good, you feel me? That was decent. I can only imagine, what the next match will be like. Like it's pretty decent.
I wonder how much time he had at the performance center to like get his shit right. You know what I'm saying? Coming in from I think that AEW they got a different setup with the ring and shit. It's a different kind of
Mhm.
ropes. Probably a different kind of bounce when you're doing your high spots and
And
shit.
it's funny you say that because that was the first thing I thought as soon as he did the first box. The way he hit the rope, I was like, those ropes must be different.
Look like he ain't had no home training, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not the case. I haven't seen that boy cook on a few different platforms, a few different organizations. So I know that what the boy capable of. So I definitely those botches just felt like a combination of adapting to the new surroundings, the excitement of being in this new location, and also trying to tone yourself down just enough.
Hi, going to sleep? All right. Good night. Thanks for interrupting my podcast. Have a good night. All right. Yeah. See you in the morning. Make sure you get some rest. All right. It's okay. I know the red light wasn't on. That's my fault. Thanks for
All right,
reminding. Can you
so she
turn it on
good.
for me?
Tell her she good.
Thank you.
The only reason I'm not being interrupted is because he's in there being entertained by his fire truck. I
Oh,
can hear it. Yeah.
So Penta got the win. My two big takeaways from the Penta and Chad Gable match is number one, he actually had to sell. I never seen him sell shit in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number two, he actually got the microphone. I never saw him talk in AEW. So I thought the promo, as much as people are bigging that promo up, I really wasn't. I wasn't much of a fan of it because I feel like with a character like Penta, you could do so much, and I would hate for him to fall under the same kind of trick bags that Rey Mysterio fell under. No knock on Rey.
Of course.
Like, they be playing around with your mask and shit.
Yeah.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Like, I would hate for Penta to fall in them same trick bags. But at the same time, I do see the upside of a character like that having a promo like that. Like, that's kind of rarefied air. You really don't see that too much. You feel me?
Hmm.
But coming in, I just wish they just added more to the mystique of the character as opposed to humanizing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, I definitely understand that.
That was
I
my
definitely.
only negative. My only
Nah, I could dig that. Like it wasn't there. There technically was no need for a promo.
right.
Like it really
Right.
wasn't.
But
Like
the fact
I
it was
get that.
there, hey, it was a moment. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
about making moments, you know?
I get that. Like I couldn't take. I don't want to. I'm not gonna trash on that moment.
Shout
But I
out
definitely
to
can understand and feel like that it wasn't necessary.
definitely wasn't necessary. Oh man, I can't wait till I get the sound effects jumping on this shit. Um,
Yeah.
so next up we had Sheamus versus Kaiser. Yo, real quick, I want to give a shout out to my man Kaiser. I feel like he's definitely underrated in the grand scheme of things. I hope they got plans for this guy. I hope they break him away from
Gunter.
yeah, I was about to say Walter and shit. Like,
Walter.
yo, like right now, bro. Like, what are they doing with Gunther? Who's he about to fight on main event? Jay who?
Jim.
Jay
Jay.
Uso, right?
Yeah.
Unless they do a hot shot and flip the title, why are y'all doing that match? We all know Jay gonna lose that match by hook or by crook. Now,
Yeah.
if that's the case, why even waste that match? And he could have a little program with Kaiser right now. Test the water because they want to turn Gunther face eventually anyway. My
Uh,
my logic is put him in a program with Kaiser, have Kaiser turn on him, play the heel. You can still keep Gunther heel and just see who the crowd gravitate to more. You feel me?
I feel like that is down the line. Like I do feel like that's gonna happen, and I do feel like it's gonna be down the line though. I feel like that's why they're not doing it. I do agree with I didn't see the point in bringing Jay into this yet, and part of me feels like because this is what's happening, I my gut tells me it's not gonna go clean
Mm-hmm.
because it shouldn't.
There's no way he could take a. I mean, he can take a clean out. That's a clean out Jay could take, and it really wouldn't
But
impact.
it shouldn't be. But it would, in my opinion. This is his
Think so?
second clean out because
Mm,
he lost him when he went up against him for the Intercontinental. And if I
right.
remember correctly, that was a clean loss. I might have to go back and double check, but I feel like that was a clean loss. And if
Now
not, it definitely was a loss.
we can get the cage. What they call it, the cage seats jumping on the next show. I had that on deck for moving forward or whatever. Cage stats, whatever that shit called.
Yeah, but either way, I just feel like the only way for it to happen and for Jay not to really lose any momentum. Because
Yeah,
then, all right, because my thing is this, bet if he does lose clean, then what for Jay?
right.
Like, what do you want to do? You know what I mean? You want to send him to what? Go? Who got the Intercontinental right now?
Braun Breaker Steiner.
Still, so you're not gonna run him back down to that again. Like that would be redundant. And what you can't send him against what Shinsuke with the for the US because they're different programs. So
Right.
I just don't see the point. So I feel like the only logical thing would be for him to take a loss and it be because of interference or something of that nature. That way, it's not all his fault, and they can proceed that way. If down the line he goes in for a rematch
Mm-hmm.
and they do something like a cage or some stipulation that keeps interference away,
Mm-hmm.
and he does lose it, then it is what it is. But I just feel like I feel like they're building him up to eventually get that title.
The
And
what? The Gunther title?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like because I don't I feel like he's put in he's even with the limited moveset, he's done a pretty good job of being main event Jay, especially since he broke away. The crowd loves him.
The crowd, he's over. I'll give him that.
He's very much over. So I feel like if he did win it, even if they didn't keep it on him for too long, I feel like it would be a good look. That's also a title that his pops never had either. His pops never took the big no big chip like that. So
Yo, but they like them long round. I don't see H on a flip flop with the belt. Like by that logic, I could see just hypothetically that's like Jay would win it on Saturday night main event for the moment, right? And then they'll run that shit right back on Netflix, and Gunther will come right back and get that shit back. You feel me?
and that's why again I feel like I don't feel like he would win it on main event. I feel like if the loss happened, it would have to be something that would be feasible for him not to lose momentum and be able to get his rematch down the line. Even if they made him go down the line, I just feel like because I don't feel like they're gonna pull it off of Gunther no time soon. Like they're not gonna have. I just don't feel like they had you do that phenomenal Intercontinental run, then give you this chip, and then only have it on you for like a few months.
Right.
Like I feel like they definitely gonna give you, closer to the big time, closer to a WrestleMania time to lose it. You know what I mean? If not, what Survivor Series? It's gonna be one of those bigger cards going towards the end of the year. Towards the big show for that to happen. That's just my thoughts.
All right, yo, I just got a notification. We only got 10 minutes left on this shit. I gotta upgrade to the pro plan. I'm getting on that next time. Either way, fucking Sheamus and Kaiser, motherfucking Sheamus beat yo. Then we had a Gunther promo. Shout out to the legend. Motherfucking women's intercontinental championship match. Lara Valkyria came out on top. Did not see that one coming, even though Dakota Kai, I don't know what they're doing with her.
I was very conflicted. I'm not gonna stunt. Like I definitely thought Dakota was gonna take that.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, right.
I did.
Right.
I definitely did. I nothing against the push that they're trying to give Lyra. I didn't.
I don't get.
I felt like it was going to be a good match, but I definitely thought Dakota was going to take that.
Just
so it kind of
real quick. Who's more over, in your honest opinion?
Dakota.
Okay. Sami Zayn defeated The Miz. Rhea Ripley promo. Shout out to Rhea. All the ladies came out. And then Damian Priest and Finn Balor in a street fight in the main event. How'd you feel about that main event, real quick?
All right. So I'm gonna be completely honest. I feel like there was a part of me that faded out at some point in it. And it wasn't because it was boring, but it was mostly because I was tired and fried at that point. But it only for like a moment. Like somewhere in between the spot somewhere in between that spot before he went through the table. Like there was just a little bit of time where before he went through the table, I disappeared or whatever the case was and came back like, oh, word? Okay. Yeah. Because then he was taking him out on the stretcher and I was like, oh, it's over? Hell no, this can't be it.
The stretcher job was wicked.
Yeah, I was kind of.
I didn't really understand that.
Nah, but I did once I see where it was going. Yeah. Like once he started wheeling him up, and I'm like, oh, so it's not over. I was like, oh, this about to get bad.
Okay. Let's like 2 minutes real quick. Let's plot this out. If we in the back and we the agent for this match, you mean to tell me about wrestling logic? This nigga was so decimated they had to put him on a stretcher with the neck brace and the joints where he can't move. But then as soon as old boy wheels him down, he's magically okay?
We're not supposed to think that hard into it sometimes.
Fuck that, bro. Not on the second episode.
But I mean, hold up. But how much offense did he have after that? He didn't really. He pretty much got just throttled for the most part after that. Like
okay.
Like he didn't really put much of a because Priest pretty much just.
I'm gonna have to go back on the tape.
Me too, but I'm gonna go back and just check the footage again just to make sure I'm not tweaking. But I feel like for the remainder portion of that match, for the most part, like Finn didn't get much offense on. Like pretty much just dragged.
Damian Priest match is just boring to me, bro, and he's just boring to me as a character. And
I'm
then
gonna be so honest about that because part of me enjoyed him more in NXT for some reason.
that's how a lot of people are. Shout out to Adam Cole, baby.
I, all right,
Yeah,
I'm perplexed because a lot of the times when those call ups happened, it was during events,
yeah.
and I definitely felt like there was some changes in every person that got called up during the Vince era that wasn't
For
necessary.
sure. Like complete character changes and shit.
Yeah. So when Priest came up, his, I don't know where the transition happened where he started to bore me just a little more. Whereas before, I really enjoyed his matches in NXT.
I know what happened. Remember in NXT, he used to have the bitches. Remember?
He did. He did.
He ain't got
He
the
did.
bitches no more.
I mean, they weren't like always there. His
Bro,
promos had the
he
bitches.
need he need to go back to that like
Yeah, and
suave
okay, and that was what I liked. I think I liked the arrow and and I don't know. He also seemed more. I don't know. I think I think the character, even though this version, as far as like promos and whatnot, really ain't too different than that one. It's something about the way he was as a character that slight tweak is just it just don't give me the same razzle dazzle.
Yo, his character is ass right now, son. He needs a rehab. He need to go away and like he need to go fuck with the Wyatts or some
I
shit.
need Punishment Martinez. That's what I
Yeah,
need.
some shit, my nigga. Go
And I
try
feel like
that.
that's what I was getting from the NXT Damian Priest.
He might also be one of them niggas that belong in a tag team and or a stable, my guy. Like, I don't know what they doing with him and the War Raiders right now, but it seemed like they might link up on some biker bros type shit. You feel me? I don't know. Either way, Raw, I felt like it was a okay episode. I feel like they getting comfortable right now. They getting a lot of money. Shout
Yeah,
out to the whole conglomerate over there.
yeah,
Um,
word.
I heard they trying to we got like 5 minutes, bro. We gonna wrap this shit up. Real quick before we get out of here, you got any Royal Rumble predictions? I know it's about a month away, but like any predictions leading into WrestleMania with like WrestleMania implications and shit?
Hadn't really thought too much into it because I still been trying to figure out, the week to week. Um, but I'm curious to see how because I heard that Roman's talking about entering the Rumble.
Yeah, I think
So
yeah,
you got Roman, you got Punk, you got McIntyre, you got Seth, and that's all I can really center around at this time. I don't really I don't
Cena,
know.
Cena,
I'm kind of you say who?
Cena.
Say oh yeah, Cena. Yeah, like it's a lot going on in this Rumble already. So I really don't know where to begin because then you still got surprise entrance. They just did that thing with TNA. They
Yeah,
signed a multi deal.
we
So
we gonna talk about that more.
yeah, like I really haven't thought too much into it yet because it's a lot to take in. And I also just remembered that it is on the 1st of February. Like I definitely forgot how soon it was coming up.
Like
So
weeks.
yeah, so
But they got
yeah,
so many shows to build to it. Like to be honest with you, they
they
have
do.
SmackDown tomorrow, another Raw, another SmackDown, another Raw, and another SmackDown, and then the first is that Saturday.
Right. So yeah, they do. And that's why I think I'm still kind of like not really sure what to expect. Like I haven't really gotten to my prediction pocket just yet, you know.
I need to know what the card is under the Rumbles because the Rumbles take up
And I
so
think that's the
much time.
other thing.
The Rumbles are usually trash. I have good expectations of the men's Rumble this year just because with all the names attached to it. The
Yeah.
women's Rumble I'll probably check out, get some popcorn or something. Um, I know Cody and Kevin going to put on in a ladder match, even though
Oh
we
yeah,
already
that's
know what
right.
the outcome going to be. Yeah, I don't know what else is on that card, bro.
Yeah, that's the other. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't have enough
They should have saved
info
that
just
goddamn
yet.
Ulafala shit for this shit.
Yeah, because then where does that lead? Like what's up with that? Like I still got blood members that I'm supposed to be meeting. Like
Yeah,
there's still some. Oh, you still got the 7 foot dude that ain't show up.
right.
I feel like Zilla is on his way.
Yeah,
Just because of how he's moving in ROW. was reality? Yeah, ROW. Um, so yeah, I'm at a loss. I'm really at a loss. I wonder if Moose is gonna make an appearance. You know what I mean? Like,
He tight.
yeah.
Or Ziggler Wiggles, but who would he be? Would he be Dolph Ziggler or Nick Nemeth?
See, there's that. Which I would love. I'm not gonna lie. I've been a Ziggler fan for a very long time. So if he popped back up just for that moment, even as I feel like that would. He's that guy. Like he's that worker.
I fuck with
He puts in that work.
Look, we
So
got 1 minute left, yo. You got anything you want to get off before we get out of here?
uh, nah, man. I'm just trying to figure out where the rest of these weeks gonna go.
Shout out
Like,
Big Fame in the building. We're gonna holler at y'all on episode 14. Make sure y'all click like, share, subscribe, all that shit. Appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all on the next one, man.
yes,